Well, hello there. We are working on finishing up our greenhouse build that we're working on. This has been a fun build. We've used all the old windows that we pulled out of the cabin, an old door, slider, and having fun with this thing. It's getting close to time to start seeds though, so we better get this thing finished up. I'm working on finishing up these weird angles. I've just got some plexiglass and been cutting that. I got some 1x material, and I just cut a groove in that with the table saw so the plexiglass can slide down in. So I finished up this one. I gotta go work on the other side. It's looking a little better already just with a bunch of the garbage cleaned up from the construction. All right, I think I'm waiting until payday and then I'll start building some racks in here. We realized I got a bunch of 2x6 cut-offs, so I might be able to make some racks for the greenhouse out of that. So I think I'm gonna go count those, see how much I have, see how far I can get. With lumber prices right now where they are, I just, if I got it, I wanna use it. It is bright out here this morning. We got a little bit of snow. We got about 6 inches last night. It's starting to melt out the trees. It's about 40 degrees. It won't stick around very much. In fact, it's already sliding off the cabin roof. There goes some more. But it is gorgeous today. Beautiful blue sky. Man, loving it. Greenhouse is coming along. Made a few benches for it. Got a bunch of the stuff in there. I need to work on sealing up the windows, moving the latches around so they'll stay shut, that sort of stuff. But we're getting closer on it. In fact, I think we're gonna head into town here and get a few supplies, and then we'll see if we can get a little further on this thing. All right, so I went to Lowe's today and ended up picking up some little 1x2 material for window, for trimming the windows on the inside, just to kind of seal gaps and make it a little bit tighter so we retain the heat better. took a look at 2x6s. I thought maybe I'd, you know, make a couple more benches in the greenhouse there. And I walked by the 2x4s, and it's $10 for a 2x4. And the cheapest 2x6 I could find, I think, was $13. So, no thank you. I was able to scab a couple benches together from some leftovers we got sitting around. I have an idea for one more that I'm going to go see if I got enough material to make. And then I think we're just going to make do with that for now. I think I'm also going to run some water and some electric out to the greenhouse, so we don't have to run a bunch of extension cords. So got some stuff to do that. Just want to make it really nice in there so that it's a pleasure for Dee Dee to use. So, all right, so we do have a little bit of 2x6 material here. This is the cold frame we built. We just stuck it over top of our beds, built it to fit over top of that. And then we were using that as a little mini greenhouse to get starts going. With the addition of the actual greenhouse now, this can be taken apart and turned into benches. So that's my plan. I'm gonna steal all the lumber out of this and see if I can make one more bench. Well, I'm pretty sure we use these as concrete form boards for the footings on the cabin. Now they have been, then they were cold frame for the garden, so they're on their third life. We're gonna use the scraps here to build some benches in the greenhouse. What do you think of that?
I think it's awesome.
Have you had water in the greenhouse?
Heck yeah. There's a cat hair in my mouth. Heck yeah. I'm so excited. That's really cool. No water hoses stretched in here through windows or doors.
Yep. And then we got some wiring coming in so that we don't have to string cords and stuff over to it. Just have it all wired up, ready to go.
Perfect.
Why do you look like a ninja or a bank robber?
I'm trying to keep the sawdust out of my hair.
You're sanding everything so we can paint it, right?
I'm sanding everything in here so that it can be painted. I'm just knocking down the rough stuff, and yeah, sawdust everywhere is not fun, especially when you're trying to dig it out of your ears and out of your scalp. So I'm dressed like a ninja / bank robber because I'm trying to avoid some of the sawdust in this general area.
All right, good news. I have water plumbed in to the greenhouse, and now we have electricity plumbed in. I need to put a GFCI in there since it's kind of a wet location and get a hood for that. So power and water in the greenhouse. That'll be awesome. Won't have to string stuff all over. Very excited about that.
Ladder now, so he puts
Jasper,
this as his job.
get off the roof. Goofy cat.
Get off of there. Get off of there. Go on. Get. Oh my word.
He's being...
They have to be involved in everything, and they're always in the weirdest places when you don't want them there. He's gonna do it again. Get down.
You're too heavy to hold up.
Seriously heavy.
Get down.
Oh, that's a bad idea. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, good morning. Our anticipated 1 to 5 inches of snow last night turned into about 8 inches today. So we have a greenhouse looking more like an igloo at the moment, but that's what you get. So we have 4 windows left in the greenhouse that only had half the latch on them. I was trying to devise a way to come up with to manufacture a latch or make a latch. I thought that there were some more somewhere floating around, but didn't know where. Guess what I just found? 4 of the halves of the latches that I need for the greenhouse. So I am super excited right now. So Dee Dee sent me up into the attic to go look for her sled. And I thought, yeah, I don't really feel like going sledding all that much, but if I hadn't gone up there, I wouldn't have found these latches. I feel like going sledding now.
I could have been failed.
Oh, yeah, there's a burn pile right there. All right.
Oh.
It's been a while since I've sledded.
Well, take some pointers from somebody who is also not a pro sledder. You're the worst. You're supposed to stay on the trail. You're destroying my beautiful trail. My nose is freezing.
What's the fun of having a winter wonderland if you don't go and play in it, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh. He's always sinking every time he takes a step.
This seems like a good idea, right? What could go
I feel
wrong?
like this is going to result in sudden and painful death. Yeah, I'm like,
Oh, there were some bumps in that one. Did I kill
I
you?
lost a leg somewhere down the way. I'm one-legged now.
Well, the neighbor above us is actually plowing. That's exciting. I was just getting ready to come out here and plow, and he's actually got a plow truck with a plow on it now. He's been working the last few years on getting, so well, that's kind of cool. I'll have to plow the driveway maybe. That is some awesome hair.
Heck yeah, it is.
All right, a little bit of a mess in here right now. Still working on buttoning everything up, getting trim done, that sort of stuff. So, but we've gotten quite a bit sealed up. So moving forward, almost there, almost there. Should have put this shut off closer to the door. I pumped water out to the greenhouse, but we kind of got this late snowstorm. It's supposed to get down to like 23 tonight, so I figured just to be safe, I better go ahead and turn this off so I'm not annoyed with myself later when it bursts, and I could have just come down here and done this. Ooh, I just barely caught you before you got in there. Didn't want to fight you. Well, the UPS man came down today to deliver a package, and It was a little slick getting back out, so he ended up getting stuck, couldn't get it back out. Thankfully I was home and fired up the tractor and went and pulled him back out. But driveway's a little rutted from trying to get him up and out, but we got it done, thankfully. The cats have now been successfully locked out of the greenhouse, which is a good thing because they're very destructive. All right, so some of the latches I did have to put on the outside just to the structure. This was a post right here, so it wasn't really a good spot to put that. Most everything I've tried to put on the inside. There's where it was on the outside, and I flipped it to the inside. Just because if you're inside, you want to open it out. But some of them I was forced to do it the other way, but that's okay. We're using old windows that are salvaged, so we're working with what we got. All right, we are wired up. I see the little light on top. That's a good sign. We have heat in the greenhouse, which is good because it still looks like an igloo. We have the greenhouse roughed in. All the windows now latch and close, so we don't have to worry about rain and snow blowing in, cats getting in and destroying everything. So we have a little more work to do and some caulking and some final sealing, but for where we're at, it's functional as a greenhouse now. So very excited about that. We're going to use a couple things to get us up and running. Because we're still experiencing some weather, we can't just put stuff out here and expect it to be warm enough to germinate. So we have a couple things we're going to use. We have a barrel, 55-gallon drum that we're going to fill with water. Water cools a lot slower than the surrounding air because they heat up slower, but they release the energy nice and slow overnight. So that's what we're going to attempt in here. We'll see. We have heat. We have water. I think we're sitting pretty good on this greenhouse. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and share this content. Thank you.